Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Megha Jain. I'm a homeopathic doctor, a clinical hypnotherapist, and an entrepreneur from India.
Thanks for introducing yourself. My name is Ulissa, and I am a trauma ambassador. So I also pride myself in being a community activist. I have a master's degree in psychology, and I'm so thankful to be here tonight.
And my name is Chris Stephanie. I am coming out of Orlando, Florida, originally from the tri state area. I will be your life coach for this podcast here to open your mind.
Thanks so much for that introduction. So this is season 1, episode 1, and we're talking about burnout. Dr. Mega, would you like to tell us what is burnout?
Definitely, Lisa. I'm going to tell something about burnout. So, burnout is a condition in which there is a physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion due to prolonged stress at workplace or maybe at home or maybe somewhere where you're doing some monotonous things and you just get burnout. But the problem with burnout is that usually it is misdiagnosed with depression, though it is not depression. It is not a clinical condition. It is caused due to external stimulation. So please mind it that it is not a clinical condition. It is because of some external stimuli, and it is always misdiagnosed as depression.
Thank you for sharing. I've experienced a couple of clients with burnout, and when they come in, they do present or communicate that they have symptoms associated with depression. So let's talk about some of the symptoms associated with burnout. Chris, do you want to take that one?
Sure do. So, burnout can show up in a lot of different ways. It can be sleeplessness, is one that tends to happen to myself, irritability, pretty much kind of also getting loss of track of your your life and your time. A lot of it comes from either people pleasing, a lot of external validation. I also have a few clients that do suffer from burnout, and there are definitely a few different ways that you can actually help remedy that. I don't know if Dr. Mega would like to dive into that one.
Absolutely. I think when people come to me, often they complain of actually depression, not burnout, first of all. So it is always a misdiagnosed condition. So I listen to them and then I tell them that it is actually not depression, but it is a burnout. People come with chronic fatigue, they lose interest in work, they don't like anything, they are very irritable, there is often sleeplessness, and they're just running away from the responsibility. That is what really happens. And the problem with burnout is that people don't even address it. They are so late in addressing it because they don't want to talk about it. They just keep on prolonging it till it become a condition which might turn into depression. So chronic fatigue is calmness symptom which people come with, and we generally start focusing on, first of all, addressing their problem. Then we start giving them drugs, homeopathic drugs, which helps them to calm their brain. And then we give them, certain tools like meditation, positive affirmations, which help them a lot in their long run, as well as in the present moment where they are suffering from.
That's very good. So, for the women at home today, if you're experiencing burnout and you don't know what it is, I'm hoping that this information can help enlighten you so that it can empower you, right? A lot of people don't know what burnout is, but we're very familiar with mental health, right? And so I think that's why sometimes it tends to get misdiagnosis or misdiagnosed. So now we know what burnout is. We know what the symptoms are, irritability, fatigue, and we named a couple more. And we also know how to recover from it. You can reach out to a medical professional, which is your primary care physician. If you can't get a hold of them, you can reach out to a mental health professional if you can't get a hold of them. And it doesn't matter the direction you go in, or if you can't get a hold of them, you can also reach out to a life coach, right? So there's so many different avenues that you can take. You can also reach out to family. And Dr. Mega told you about the homeopath medication regime that you can take. So those are some things that we've covered today. Are we missing anything, Chris?
I think it's most important to just kind of get to the root of what your burnout is coming from. Could be being overworked at work. I don't know. Some families have really high expectations. Just it kind of, it's always usually an external thing that isn't really quite aligning with your true essence and what your actual will is. Like, for an example, I've plenty of times been, hey, can you come to this kid's birthday party? And at the time you're like, sure. And then, you work your 9 to 5, do some overtime. And by the time it's, the birthday party comes up, you're like, I do not want to go.
Yeah.
Well, what do we end up doing? We end up going, and it's these situations that take, they kind of like tally up. It's saying yes to this person and, overcommitting to your boss the next day. It's kind of just tapping into that and making sure, checking in with yourself. What do you really want to do? Right? What does, a perfect day or relaxation or just a breather, just take some time for yourself and breathe. That's pretty much it.
That's good. So it sounds like you gave us some holistic techniques, therapeutic techniques that we can utilize at home to kind of troubleshoot burnout on our own if you don't have, access to medical resources. So it sounds like you're talking about self-care. And self-care is huge and it's free. So yeah, definitely utilize your support system because it sounds like burnout is your cup inevitably being too full. Is that right, Dr. Megan?
Yeah, I think so. Self care is, I think, one of the most important thing. As Chris has already mentioned, that we need to have boundaries. This is something which we really need to understand. Start saying no. Take breaks. That's so important. Give rest to your body. Because when you rest, when you take breaks, your brain will understand. It will break the monotonous thing in your life. And your brain will actually address it. Oh, it just needed it. So start saying no, ladies. It's really important. Don't get overworked, you know. And I think you should also, I feel, indulge in your hobbies, which probably you were not doing and you left because of your responsibilities. But now you should enroll into it, and just enjoy your life. That's something very important, in treating a burnout condition. Apart from, getting medical help, these are also the things which will help you in long term. So that becomes your habit.
So I'm going to give an analogy because I love giving analogies to my clients. So think of burnout as like a heavy brick or a rock, right? And you're carrying it. But if you allow your support system, your mom or your dad or your boyfriend, or whoever's in your support system, your medical professional or medication, to get the other half of that boulder or that rock, then it makes the weight much less because you're not carrying it on your own. So in order to prevent burnout, you do have to utilize your village, your healthy boundaries, your techniques, your medication. That way you can make sure that your no is a yes for you, right? So it's okay to say no because you're saying yes to yourself.
I completely agree with you, Lisa. I think that's so right. You're so right.
Get in touch with yourself, ladies. Just check in
Yeah.
and hydrate. I think hydration definitely helps with burnout.
Yeah.
Give yourself a little bit of water because even being dehydrated can make you irritable, which then add to the burnout. So hydrate.
I think so. Yeah. And eat clean, which, that is something, again, an important thing. Get into some exercise mode. That is also important. That's again part of self-care, you know, but get into it. And I think dancing is also one of the most important thing that will keep you happy, in a happy mood, or maybe singing for some people.
I think music is a good remedy in a whole.
Yeah,
Music kind of just
yeah,
lets us all get in touch with that.
yeah.
So,
Yes, definitely, definitely.
all
Thank you
right.
so much for joining us today on burnout. And we hope to see you in the next episode. We're going to talk about gratitude.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Thanks,
Lisa.
sweetie.